Kwa majina naitwa Mr. Robert Makoha Wangoho, Rais wa Bunge la Mwananchi la Nakuru County. Hii ni sauti ya Rais. Today we are going to talk about this man, the Member of Parliament of Kapsaret constituency. This is none other than Mr. Oscar Kipchumba Sudi. Now, yesterday after the presser by the Catholic bishops, or rather the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, led by one Mr. Muheria and Mr. Kimengich, we heard them criticizing the government, or rather outlining the observation since the government took over and the manner in which they believed that the government was taking the country towards the wrong direction. And after the presser, one Mr. Oscar Sudi came out to write on his Twitter handle, claiming that so and so in this particular presser was tribal. Now, my question is, Mr. Oscar Sudi, I wonder, you may be blessed with money. God has blessed you with money, but pray so hard. Pray day and night that God also blesses you with brains. I have been downplaying the claims that Oscar Sudi only reached Form 3. But it is now coming to me as a reality that indeed the claims might be true. Because in the manner in which you behaved yesterday, that is a clear indication that indeed only a class nursery boy will make such like utterances. Now, these Catholic bishops are normally systematic, and before they came out to make such a presser yesterday, condemning the manner in which the government has failed Kenyans, 28 of them signed the same document that was containing the information which they came to display on the public. Amongst the bishops from across Kenya who came out to ensure that they have actually signed the document, and they also got a chance in public presser to read or mention something about their topic of discussion, were one Mr. Philip Onyonka from Nairobi County Diocese. We had Mark Kadima from Bungoma. We had Norman Kingo, who is the former Bungoma bishop. We had Dominic Kimengich from Eldoret County, Eldoret town, where Kapsaret Member of Parliament Mr. Oscar Sudi comes from. And we also had a man called Mr. John Lelei. And of course, I cannot mention the whole list, but you must understand that we also had one Mr. Anthony Muheria from Nyeri Diocese. Now, when Mr. Oscar Sudi comes out during the broad daylight to condemn Mr. Muheria, claiming that Muheria is a tribal, claiming that Muheria should tell Kenyans when Kenyans were being butchered, who was in government for Muheria to come and oversee for Kenyans, whoever that was killing the youth during the Mandamano by the Gen Z people in our country. It is not all about defending the government where your friend William Samuel Ruto is the president. Oscar Sudi, know that you can use your position very well to ensure that you guard and defend the vulnerable constituents of Kapsareti who are now suffering courtesy of the government of William Samuel Ruto. Kenyans cannot afford the medical service that they need because of this animal culture. It was one of the things which the bishops mentioned yesterday, that the government through SHA has jeopardized the health activities across the 47 counties in Kenya. And we are actually seeing Kenyans dying. What have you done for the people of Kapsaret to ensure that they are getting the best healthcare system? What about the education sector? At the university especially, we have been complaining of the bad funding model for our students and especially those from the vulnerable families. Yesterday, but one, we saw on the newspaper, the Star, that about 123,000 students at the university risk to miss out on a graduation list because of lack of clearance of school fees to complete sitting for their semester exams as well as complementary exams by the few who may have missed out on the previous days. As we are speaking, there is a scandal in our country. The scandal of oil of oil, where there was a deal between government to government. We have lost 16 billion Kenyan shillings. As we are speaking, what is the safety of Kenyans, Mr. Sudi? There have been abductions. There have been extrajudicial killings, and especially on our youth who try to question the government, as well as our women, where the Deputy Inspector General, Mr. Lagarde, from your community, came out to tell Kenyans that about 100 women had been killed for the previous 3 months. He mentioned 97 in number. What have you done as a man who is close to the president to ensure that the people are not killed carelessly? Because will you and the president be killed the following day, then it will be a very sad day for Kenyans. Do you also feel the same to Kenyans who are being killed, and you come out when the bishops are defending Kenyans, when the bishops are oversighting the president and his government, you come out to condemn the same bishops, citing that Muheria is being a tribalist. Yet, the information was shared on the public or to the public by 28 bishops. Why pick out Nyeri? Should we believe that Oscar Sudi picked out Mr. Muheria because Muheria comes from Nyeri region where the deputy president, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, hails from? And if Gachagua has been impeached successfully and Oscar Sudi was on the forefront to make sure that he goes, he was writing on his Twitter and Facebook handles together with his Kiminini counterpart, Mr. Ditmas Barasa, claiming that Rigathi Gachagua must eat his Christmas while he's at the village in Nyeri. That is where Muheria comes from. Should we believe that the attack on Muheria is because of him in the company with other bishops last month of September, month of October, coming out to say that the deputy and the president can have a dialogue because of stability of the country, and that they were elected on the same ticket? It was unfair for Gachagua to go home while Ruto is still assuming office. That could be some of the utterances we believe Gachagua was, Mr. Oscar Sudi is speaking a fight with Mr. Muheria, which is unfair. A person of the caliber of Oscar Sudi, we expect him to be a neutral leader, and where he believes the government led by his friend William Ruto is going in the wrong direction, he can offer a piece of advice to the president so that things can continue being better. Maybe the only way in which Mr. Oscar Kipchumba Sudi will understand the language I'm speaking is when him in the company of his friend Mr. Dr. William Samoei Ruto will pack their luggages come 2027, and the citizens of Kenya will tell them to go home in their respective villages. Thank you so much. In case you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe so that next time I give you my next episode, you will be able to catch up with me on time. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.